God!
Good morning.
Of course it'll be good. It's Chad, you cow. Let Chad work.
That is freezing. What's up, buddy?
Yo, look for my phone.
Huh?
Look for my phone.
Can't find your phone?
Yeah,
It's probably out here somewhere. How'd you sleep last night, bro?
Okay.
Yeah?
That was nice.
Nice.
Happy.
Look at this amazing day.
Yeah. It's clear.
Good morning.
Little one.
Good morning.
Good morning.
Good morning.
It's 7 a.m.
Coffee.
Take your spoon in there
And still,
and stir like regular batter, just like you make regular pancakes.
we got a nice view, so it's alright.
Yeah.
What are you reading?
A trip to Ixtlan, Carlos Castaneda. It's about how to stop the world
Mm-mm.
and to see the world as a warrior.
Yeah.
So it was an Indian that teach this guy all of this.
Yeah.
It was like an interview, something like that.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm finally getting around to setting up the hammock tonight. We didn't get to shoot last night's setup. Only thing, we're gonna get a little bit of rain, so everyone inside the cave is gonna do really good. Me, we're gonna see how this tarp does. We're gonna go ahead and get the Amok 3.0 set up. Big Agnes Air Core. This is the 25 by 78. It's insulated and it definitely works. It probably dipped down to about 20, 25 in Escalante, and it did really, really well. It kept me really warm. Oh. There we go. There we go. The hammock I'm setting up is the Amok Tremor 3.0 sleep system. I've done a few reviews with Alini as well as Livia on this product, and still to this day, I use this on every camping trip. It's the only hammock I know of that hangs opposite a normal hammock, needing much less space than typically needed. With this design, an air mattress is needed to create the shape and stability, allowing you to essentially sleep on a floating air mattress. I can honestly say I sleep better in this hammock than my expensive bed at home. No.
I don't know. I was just taking a nap and then suddenly I was on the ground.
Oh no.
I think I got a hole in this pad
Yeah.
and I'm not sure where. Maybe a little stone inside the fence.
Yeah.
I don't know.
There's a yoga mat in there and shit. so-
Maybe it's the quality.
It's pretty straight. Not too bad. Not too shabby indeed. Ah, this is luxury tonight. Luxury! Now Amok makes its own tarp. This is the 3.0. I'm gonna come back once I get everything set up. Okay. So here is the mock tarp. Pretty adequate, but the wind's coming from this way. So you see I got this big gap on each end. The tree's kind of helping a little bit, but you can see there's a big flow of air that would be coming through this normally. So to save some weight, I cut the doors off of the heavy tarp and rigged it so I could put it on here. So I'm going to show you what that looks like in just a second. Well, it's not pretty, but this is what I essentially did, is just trimmed the ends of the hammock tarp doors off of the other one, and now I have doors. Trimming the ends off, I got it just under half a pound for these doors. It's gonna be pretty comfy in here. I'm happy we get 3 nights, and I wish I could have gotten the Cuban fiber hammock gear one, but I didn't have $450 to drop on that. Maybe later on. So what you doing over here, buddy? Get a little shower in? Yeah, buddy. Water's cold though, huh?
It is cold, but it's nice too, you know?
Well, I'm about to check out that bathroom up there. See if I can get it. Bam. There it is. Compost bathroom. Luxury, huh? So nice. Huh. 3 more nights. Oh yeah. Okay. Well, it's actually pretty clean. Not too bad. Got a nice composting toilet, but man, somebody's got to walk down this canyon and fill that up. And it is a trek to get down in here. Trek. If it doesn't come from your body, don't throw it in the potty. Well, looks like we got some clouds rolling in. It was supposed to be a little bit of rain tonight. I hope it's not a lot of rain, because I am sleeping in a hammock and at the bottom of a hill, so it's not like it would actually get wet. Just completely underneath the hammock would get wet. Never slept in that hammock with a tarp in the rain yet, so that might be kind of cool. I get ready to have 1 beer. I started off with 4 beers to put in my backpack. That was a hell of a lot of weight to carry when you're already carrying a lot of weight. Unfortunately, the road here is super bumpy for essentially 2 hours. And one of those cans exploded in my backpack. So my sleeping bag, my clothes, my down jacket, my insulator, everything smells like Coors Light.
O que você tá fazendo?
Meu hike stick.
There we go.
Yeah.
Beef stroganoff.
É, uma hora do almoço agora.
You need to go
So we're gonna do a
seal.
pizza and let's figure out the best way to do this. Everybody together.
2 rocks.
I think rocks, big rocks, no?
That's huge.
Yeah. It's like this.
Oh, I see, guys.
Great technique.
Now I see what you're saying.
It needs to be like an oven. It needs to come around.
And I'm gonna prepare the pizza. Why are you guys doing this? My favorite part when we're cooking something. Look like that we're playing like doll, you know. It's gonna look good.
I like it, I like it.
Vai ser generosa, gente.
Tem.
Tem orégano.
Né, Wellington? Oh my goodness, look at that.
extra virgin olive oil. How's it going? Just the pizza, right?
It looks good.
Now I could just take this on the top. Okay, so foil on the top, foil in the front, so we good.
The first one, okay, we need the fire.
Can you see if the foil is following? I feel like I'm losing the foil.
No, it's
I
okay.
can't really see the foil.
Ooh, I like it. Oh my goodness.
You can put in the
Put
rock,
them on
no?
this side maybe, no? Oh, you good?
On the side.
We can eat it like that.
Yeah. More on that side? Yeah, a little more, little
Yeah.
bit.
Yeah, here it's cold.
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, a
Okay,
little bit now
guys.
and
Okay,
then-
you convinced me.
Yeah, no rush.
Oh my god, that smells so good.
Who would think? Pizza in the backcountry. Mmm. Wow.
Good?
Mm-hmm.
You never imagined that you're gonna have pizza under the cave.
Whenever, wherever, we're meant to be together. I'll be there and you'll be near. And that's the deal, my dear.
The bag exploded.
Oops, errei. Não é. Agora. Um belo dia resolvi mudar e fazer tudo o que eu queria fazer. Me libertei daquela vida vulgar que eu levava estando junto a você. E em tudo que eu faço existe um porquê. Eu sei que eu nasci pra saber. E fui andando sem pensar em voltar e sem ligar pro que me aconteceu. Um belo dia vou lhe telefonar pra lhe dizer que aquele sonho cresceu. No ar que eu respiro, eu sinto prazer de ser quem eu sou, de estar onde estou. Agora só falta você, agora só falta você, agora só falta você, agora só falta você. Au!
Ai, sou eu, vou cair. Deu? Deu?
Deu! Muito obrigada.